the Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort, training the soul. Life, for most of us today, is built on comfort. Soft beds, warm clothes, endless food, entertainment at our fingertips. And yet, many of us feel weaker than ever, anxious, restless, easily disturbed. The Stoics asked a question that challenges our modern assumptions. What if comfort itself makes us fragile? And what if the way to strength is not through chasing comfort, but through voluntary discomfort? Today, we'll explore the Stoic practice of deliberately training the soul by stepping into discomfort, so that when life truly tests us, we are unshakable. 1. The wisdom behind discomfort. Seneca, one of Rome's greatest Stoic philosophers, lived in luxury. He was wealthy, influential, and surrounded by abundance. Yet he warned, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" Why would a man with access to everything voluntarily choose less? Because Seneca knew the truth. Life will eventually strip us of comfort. And when that day comes, the unprepared crumble. By practicing discomfort, the Stoic does not suffer weakness. He rehearses hardship. He trains his soul to remain calm no matter the storm. 2. Why comfort breeds fragility. Modern life tells us to eliminate discomfort at all costs. Hungry? Order food. Cold? Turn up the heat. Bored? Scroll endlessly. But what does this endless comfort do to the soul? It makes us brittle. A single inconvenience feels unbearable. A minor delay feels like injustice. Epictetus, once a slave who lived in chains, understood this better than anyone. We must undergo a hard winter training and not rush into things for which we haven't prepared. Strength is not built in ease. It is forged in resistance. And voluntary discomfort is the Stoics' gym for the soul. 3. Marcus Aurelius and the Emperor's discipline. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, lived in palaces. He had wealth, armies, power. Yet in his private writings, meditations, he constantly reminded himself to avoid softness. It is in your power to live free from all compulsion in the greatest tranquility of mind, even if all the world cry out against you as much as they choose. Why would a man with access to everything voluntarily choose less? Because Marcus knew the truth. Life will eventually strip us of comfort, and when that day comes, the unprepared crumble. By practicing discomfort, the Stoic does not suffer weakness. He rehearses hardship. He trains his soul to remain calm no matter the storm. 4. The soul's armor. Think of voluntary discomfort as armor for the soul. You don't wear armor because you enjoy its weight. You wear it because one day you may face battle. Life will test you. Illness, loss, rejection, failure. And when that test comes, your comfort will not protect you. Only your training will. The Stoics believed that those who rehearse poverty, hunger, cold, rejection, and pain in small doses will face real hardship with dignity and calm. As Seneca said, "He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. 6. Practical Stoic practices of discomfort. Now, the question, how do we practice voluntary discomfort in the modern world? Here are some timeless exercises the Stoics used and how we can apply them today. A. Fasting. Seneca often practiced eating little, even when food was abundant. Try skipping a meal or eating plain, cheap food for a day. You'll discover how little you actually need and how much of hunger is mental, not physical. B. Cold exposure. The Stoics embraced nature. Marcus Aurelius marched with his soldiers in freezing rain. Epictetus endured harsh conditions as a slave. Take cold showers. Walk outside without excessive layers. Remind your body it is tougher than you think. C. Simple living. Spend a few days without luxury. Sleep on the floor instead of your bed. Wear your oldest clothes. Live with less. Seneca's advice still echoes. Ask yourself, is this what I feared? D. Silence and solitude. Modern life bombards us with noise. Try a day without distractions. No phone, no internet, no endless entertainment. Discomfort is not only physical. Mental silence can feel unbearable at first, but it strengthens the mind. E. Physical challenge. The Stoics were not strangers to discipline of the body. Marcus trained as a soldier. Epictetus spoke of endurance. Push your body with exercise, long walks, or labor, not for vanity, but to remember that fatigue is not death, and effort is strength. 7. Why this matters today. You may wonder, why seek discomfort when life already gives us enough? The answer is simple, because you must prepare before the storm, not during it. When the layoff comes, when the illness strikes, when the loss cuts deep, you will already know, I can endure. I have trained for this. Voluntary discomfort is not self-punishment. It is freedom. Because the one who can live with little fears nothing. Seneca writes, if you wish to be happy, wish to be self-sufficient. When you know you can face hunger, you no longer fear losing wealth. When you know you can endure cold, you no longer dread winter. When you know you can be alone, you no longer cling in desperation. 8. When discomfort becomes strength. Consider this. The person who has only known comfort breaks at the first hardship. The person who is trained in discomfort faces hardship and says, this is nothing new. I have already rehearsed this. That is the gift of Stoic discipline. What others call suffering, you call training. What others see as loss, you see as rehearsal. And what others fear, you face calmly, like a warrior prepared for battle. Life is uncertain. Comfort is fleeting. The Stoics teach us that true freedom is not found in endless ease, but in the strength to endure hardship without fear. Voluntary discomfort is not about denying life's pleasures. It's about refusing to be enslaved by them. It's about training the soul to say, even if all is taken from me, I remain free, I remain strong, I remain whole. So, sleep on the floor, eat the simple meal, take the cold shower, walk in the rain. Not because you must, but because one day you might. And when that day comes, you will not tremble. you will not despair. You will stand firm because you have trained your soul, and nothing, not even discomfort, can break you. If this Stoic practice inspired you, remember, philosophy is not just theory, it's training for life. Practice one small act of voluntary discomfort this week, then reflect, did it make me weaker or did it make me stronger? Follow for more Stoic wisdom and timeless lessons to strengthen your mind and soul. If this video brought you clarity, subscribe and join us weekly as we explore Stoicism, the art of living with courage, wisdom, and calm.